didn't see you there. I was just trying to stay in shape, since all this quarantine's going on. Just get a little exercise in where I can, And speaking of exercise, that's what my topic is about today. Why you should exercise. So I have 3 reasons why you should exercise, and then I have just a slide to show some exercises you can do, especially during this quarantine time. So the first reason is that it's good for you emotionally. So according to the Surgeon General's report, which is, it's about, this report's about facing alcohol, drugs, and addictions, and just overall better health. Their research shows that just people who constantly exercise usually have a much more positive thinking way. They're more upbeat about themselves. They usually have a higher self-confidence. So I think the reason for that is because the saying, look good, feel good. So I think a lot of people exercise to make themselves look better, which in turn helps their self-esteem, which is, a part of their emotions. So just being able to work out and feel good about yourself, and I think that's a good, it's a good way to boost your self-esteem and your emotions. I think it gives you the edge, hey, I can do something, I'm not gonna be bored. I can do something more with myself, and I can always improve. I think that's what exercise is good for. So on to the next slide, which is it's good for you mentally. So according to the Journal of Physiology, people who exercise regularly are they're less prone to things like depression, psychotic disorders, anxiety, and stress. So the reason I have a little Dutch flag here is because a research was done to show that 7,067 people were in an experiment, and it showed that people who exercise regularly they didn't have mood swings or anxiety or stress disorders, anything like that. And this was over a 3-year period. So I think that's kind of cool, and I think it's definitely relevant to what we're facing now. That if you exercise, you have a better chance of not getting depressed, not getting stressed about things. So I think that's a really cool way. I thought that was a big number for people who didn't get those disorders or anything like that. And it's also resistance against those disorders. So exercise is used for treatment against things like that. And I think that's really cool. I just thought that was a really cool fact. So the third reason is that it helps you live longer. So according to the BMJ, which is the British Medical Journal, this article was written by Alison Tonks. And so it's kind of crazy how much just a little exercise will go such a long way towards a person's lifespan. So research shows that just walking 75 minutes a week, will increase your lifespan by 1.8 years, which is insane. So just imagine athletes and people who are always exercising and just staying in great shape. I think that was a really cool fact, and it's just wild how such little exercise can go a long way. So I think this goes a long way for not just your physical health. This goes for your family. They can see you longer, you can see them longer. It's really cool. So some exercises I had to do at home, especially during quarantine, these are the very basic exercises. So jumping jacks, running, push-ups, sit-ups, and air squats. So you don't have to do a ton of these during the day, but like I just showed you, just walking 75 minutes a week can go such a long way. So imagine just doing all these little things at home. Here's my plan. Why not do a couple sets of each? So 25 sets or 25 reps of jumping jacks. Take a 30-minute break, 25 push-ups, 25 air squats, and then 25 sit-ups. And you can break that up any way you want, make it to whatever sets you want. Then go for a run, or take a break in between, then go for a run. Take a little break when you get back, and then do 25 more. Just those little exercises and these basic exercises can go such a long way for your health, physically, emotionally, mentally. I think, especially during this time with all the quarantine and stuff, just exercising will motivate you, help you keep your minds off of other things. Like I said previously, keeps your mind, it's a resistance against depression and anxiety, things like that. So I think that could be really good during this stressful time. So conclusion, like I said, why you should exercise. It's good for your emotional health and mental health, and it helps you live longer. I mean, who doesn't want to live longer? Who doesn't want to add a few years to your life? Another thing is, it's infectious. I mean, like, once you exercise and people start noticing, like, how you're getting in shape and how your self-confidence is building and you're less stressed and you're less prone to anxiety and depression, they're going to want to come with you. So it makes exercise even more fun and better. And then that person, it'll be infectious to another person. And exercise is just a great way to stay in shape and to keep your mind up and keep in a positive, upbeat way of thinking. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you.